What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news. And before I jump into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Now, we have a lot of 2025 releases to talk about. One of those is the rumored release of the Air Jordan 4 White Cement. And I can also confirm that the Air Jordan 5 Grape and the Air Jordan 10 Steel will return in summer 2025. Now, I'm going to talk more about those shoes later on in the video. Also, we have more from Jordan Brand, a couple things from Nike, and one thing from New Balance. And now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. In the last video, I talked about the upcoming Action Bronson New Balance 1906R Medusa Azul. That pair will drop on June 14th. However, releasing before that is Action Bronson's New Balance 1906R Scorpius. The shoes are set to debut on June 7th, and the retail price will be $185. Now, this pair will be available via specializinginlife.com, and unfortunately, we don't have the confirmation yet if they will debut on newbalance.com. If they do, more than likely it won't be on the 7th, but there is a possibility. Alright, so I don't have a ton of news on this, but Nike SB will be connecting with another silhouette, part of the Nike sportswear line, in 2025, and this time it'll be on the Air Force 1. We're going to talk about another Nike SB, I guess you can call collaboration, next, but for this shoe, more than likely it's going to be the Air Force 1 Low. However, I have yet to receive 100% confirmation on that, nor do I know any of the colorways. All I know is that there is going to be a Nike SB Air Force 1 dropping in 2025 sometime. Unfortunately, I don't know the season, and they plan on revamping the shoes somewhat like they've done on the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 with extra padding and stuff like that. So we all know that Nike SB Dunks, they are super hyped. I kind of wonder if the Air Force 1 will receive the same treatment. But as soon as I have more information, I'll make sure to let you guys know. The second crossover shoe is going to be the Nike SB Air Max 95. The shoes will debut sometime in 2025, and this collaboration helps celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Nike Air Max 95. Now, the specific colorways have yet to be unveiled. However, I also received confirmation from my source that these are coming. This was first reported by Brennan Dunn of Complex. But there is a strong possibility that we will see the neon pair, but I have yet to receive that confirmation from my sources. Now, just like what they've done on the Nike SB Air Jordan 4, Nike SB plans to do the same with the Air Max 95, so you can expect extra padding and stuff like that, and of course, much more. Again, unfortunately, we don't have a release time frame, but sometime in 2025, they're going to drop, and at the time of recording, no retail price. Moving on to Jordan Brand, and we have a first look at a new Travis Scott Jordan Jumpman Jack TR. This pair is being called Cell in Medium Olive due to the colorway, which is Cell Medium Olive Black and Muslin. Now, this pair resembles that of past collaborations. I kind of suspected we would get something like this. I'm personally not a huge fan of them, but maybe some of you watching are. And they feature white throughout. We have black on the base. Olive hits the swoosh logo, and Cell will run across the rubber outsole. You can also expect the signature Travis Scott branding. Unfortunately, we only have the one photo at the time of recording. And as for the release details, now they are either going to release late 2024 or early 2025. Unfortunately, that hasn't been confirmed just yet, and the retail price will be $200. I know for a lot of people, the Air Jordan 1 isn't as hyped as they once were. I'm still a big fan of the model. I have slowed down on buying the amount of releases just because it gets overwhelming. The amount of Air Jordan 1s that were releasing at one point in time, it was just way too much, and I was trying to get every one. So I took a step back, but this pair is something I do plan on buying. It's the Air Jordan 1 High OG Midnight Navy. Now, we've seen the shoes before. However, I believe the last set of photos were a grade school pair. So here we have a look at the adults / men's sizing, and pretty much the color blocking, everything else is still the same. They feature a midnight navy, black, white incel color combination. Now, just to go over the shoes, they feature white leather throughout. We also have midnight navy leather on the overlays, tongue label around the heel, and the rubber outsole. Black fills in the swoosh, the wings collar, and the laces. So essentially what we have here is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Chicago, but instead of red, we have midnight navy. And they come with an aged midsole, so it's kind of like the lost and found Air Jordan 1 High OG, but without the cracked detailing. Now, as for a release date, this pair will drop on September 14th. They will be available in full family sizing, so we have men's priced at $180, grade school at $140, preschool at $85, and toddler sizes will cost $70. We now have official photos of the Nina Chanel Abney Air Jordan 3, which gives us our best look yet. Now, it looks like we have two potential releases. The first one is going to be on June 13th via Nina Chanel's website, and then the second release will take place on June 20th. That will be a global launch available on the Sneakers app and other select retailers. Now, for this pair, I do plan on doing a where to buy video. However, it does look like they're going to be limited on the Sneakers app. Thanks to Eldon Monitors, he showed me that roughly 14,500 pairs are going to be releasing via the Sneakers app. So that's a pretty low number. Now, as far as stock everywhere else, I can't account for that. I'm not sure, but it is a collab. We know it's going to be on the limited side, and there's a lot of hype for them. So it's not going to be an easy pair to obtain. Now, in my previous video, I stated that I thought these were a lot better than the A Ma Maniére Air Jordan 3, and a lot of you guys disagreed. Now, of course, that's just my opinion, but an opinion that was brought up, and it actually made sense, is that the A Ma Maniére 3 is more wearable. It's easier to match, and that I do agree with. These would be difficult for me to wear, but I really like them, so I would at least try. But yeah, just a rundown once again. June 13th is via Nina Chanel's website, and then June 20th will be at more retailers like the Sneakers app, and the retail price will be $225. Also, they are dropping in women's sizing, but they will be available in extended women's sizing. So I've been sitting on this exclusive news for about a month, but we had to leak it yesterday, Z Sneakerhead Z and I, and this is information and confirmed that the Air Jordan 10 still will return in summer 2025. So some of you have been commenting that when is the Air Jordan 10 going to return? And not as much as the Air Jordan 7. Shout out to the Air Jordan 7 guy. I don't know his name offhand, but that dude is persistent, and I got to applaud him on that. Now, I did respond to some of you guys that summer 2025, there's going to be a 10 coming. I couldn't state at the time what colorway, not that I didn't know, it just, I was told not to say. But some of you may remember that I did comment, 2025, we're potentially going to get a 10. So the 10 will be the Still colorway, which is an OG pair. This will be the fourth time that the shoes dropped. They originally released back in 1994. We saw a retro take place in 2005 and 2013. Now, what makes this pair more interesting is that they are expected to feature the extra leather on the toe cap, which is seen here. Now, the retro versions didn't have that extra leather on the toe. In fact, not all of the 1994 pairs had the extra leather. So rumor has it that Michael Jordan was busy playing baseball, or he didn't attend some meetings. Tinker Hatfield had the Air Jordan 10 go into production, which had this extra leather on the toe cap. MJ finally saw the shoes and he didn't like them. He wanted the extra leather to be removed. At that time, it was too late. The shoes were already in production and pretty much ready to be sold. So that is why the Still Air Jordan 10, some of the OGs, had the extra leather on the toe cap. I believe on the second production run and going forward, they removed the extra leather. So that's why some pairs just have the clean toe box. Now, Jordan Brand also created a Air Jordan 10 Shadow with the extra leather on the toe box, but that was only a sample. It never hit production. And this will be the first time that the Air Jordan 10 returns with that extra piece of leather. Now, for history purposes, I think it's dope. However, I could go with or without. I'm just happy that the Air Jordan 10 is finally going to return, especially the Still colorway. I'm a fan of this one. However, I know I'm a bit biased, but I would love to see the Sacramento Air Jordan 10 return. I have the OG pair of that, but I want a pair that I can actually wear. Now, getting to the release details, this pair will debut summer 2025, which means a release will take place between April and June 2025. Also, I don't know the retail price, however, more than likely it's going to be $210, but more info coming soon. Let me know your thoughts on this pair returning down in the comment section below. Another pair that I had to be quiet about, it's the Air Jordan 5 Grape. So I can also confirm that this will be returning summer 2025. This pair will help celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Air Jordan 5. Now, as some of you know, we have the Air Jordan 5 Black Metallic Reimagined releasing in spring 2025, but this pair will follow. Now, the shoes have released a total of 4 times, and the 2025 pair will be the 5th. One of these, some people don't consider it the Grape Air Jordan 5. Personally, I do, but they first dropped in 1990, and then we saw a retro in 2006, and in 2013, both of those featured the Jumpman on the heel. Now, in 2018, we saw the Air Jordan 5 Grape release again. Some call them fresh prints, and the shoes were released to help celebrate Will Smith's 50th birthday. As you guys know, in the show Fresh Prince, Will Smith wore the Air Jordan 5 Grape amongst other colorways of the Air Jordan 5 and actually wore just a lot of Air Jordans and Nikes. And when he wore the Air Jordan 5, he did so without laces. So the 2018 pair didn't come with laces. In fact, the eyelets weren't even punched out. I remember a lot of people were upset about that release. Some who obtained the shoes actually got like hole puncher things for clothing and stuff like that. I'm not sure exactly what they're called, and they would just punch the holes out and then lace them up. Now, for the 2025 pair, the overall shape will be closer to the original. I'm going to assume that they're going to do that on the Air Jordan 5 Black Metallic Reimagined as well. Also, they're going to improve the shape on the Air Jordan 10, make that look closer to the OG, and the shoes will come with OG packaging. I think the Air Jordan 5 Grape is my favorite colorway when it comes to OG Air Jordan 5s. The Black Metallic is up there as well, so I'm definitely happy with these two releases. Now, as for a specific release date, unfortunately, we don't have one. However, they are expected to debut summer 2025, which means that a release will take place between April and June of 2025, and unfortunately, no retail price. However, more than likely it's going to be around $220, even $225. And on a side note, these are expected not to be part of the Reimagined series. Now, although they're not expected to be part of the Reimagined series, there is a possibility that Jordan Brand could change things up and then make them a Reimagined Grape. The Air Jordan 5 Black Metallic Reimagined was supposed to just be an OG pair, but Jordan Brand changed that up. Let me know your thoughts on these returning down in the comment section below. For the last piece of news, I gotta talk about the Air Jordan 4 White Cement. Now, I did not post about them, and there's a reason why I haven't posted about them yet, but I thought that I needed to address it. Now, Eldon Monitors leaked on Twitter yesterday that the Air Jordan 4 White Cement would be returning sometime in 2025, more than likely during the summer. Now, I need to be 100% honest with you guys. I have heard rumors about the return of this shoe for about 2 months now. I haven't talked about them because I have yet to receive that 100% confirmation, but since it's out, I'm going to talk about it now. So what I will say is, yes, they are rumored to release. I can't 100% confirm if they're going to drop or not. If I had to guess, more than likely they are. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are reporting that it's going to be reimagined, and although I can't 100% confirm this release, I was told by a few people that they aren't planning to be reimagined, so it's going to be a straight OG release. Again, I can't confirm that, and I'm not putting my stamp on it, not yet at least. But I couldn't do this video without talking about it, because it's pretty much been everywhere, and I know a lot of people have been asking for this shoe to return. I would feel more comfortable once I get confirmation from my usual sources, just to lock it in. But what I can say, things are looking good for this shoe. Jordan Brand definitely knows that a lot of us want this pair to return. I mean, we've seen the Bread Air Jordan 4 released twice now, once in 2018, once this year. This year's pair was a reimagined version, but I feel like it's time to see the Air Jordan 4 White Cement return. Now, if the shoes do release, more than likely it's going to be part of Jordan Brand's summer 2025 collection, which means a release will take place between April and June of 2025. And currently, no retail price. More than likely, they're going to retail between $215 and $225. But yeah, like always, I just want to be transparent with everybody. And let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you want the Air Jordan 4 white cement to return in 2025? I know that's a dumb question. I mean, I know I want it, and I'm sure a lot of others do as well. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. One more thing, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Speaking of new videos, yesterday I dropped a where to buy the Nike Kobe 4 Protro Girl Dad. That is a short. I'll put a link in the description below if you haven't checked that out yet. I do believe raffles are still open. And then tomorrow, I'm probably going to drop another short. Since I switched the days around, I was planning on dropping a video like this on Friday, but I knew I had to get this out as soon as possible. But from this video, let me know what you liked or disliked down in the comment section below. As well, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.